thinking about how I'm going to build my tree for a while. And at first, I thought I have this really thick wire that is left over from a project I did for Amico quite a few years ago. And I thought, well, maybe like 3 pieces of this twisted so that I could bend then 3 individual branches at the top to come down to sort of arch up. And I don't know what the third one would do. And then I could also spread some of this maybe onto the deck, like roots. And I think that by itself is a good idea, but not for this particular piece, because this looks like 2 different pieces to me. One is wood and one is metal. And I could try to make them go together, but that's not what I have in mind for this. So, okay, then I thought maybe, like, this is a twig from my backyard that I could build a tree with and maybe, like stand it up. And I don't know what I would do for branches then, but I also have this one. I have a bunch of these from a care package Judah Noah sent me also quite a few years ago. And I've been doling them out slowly because they're so cool and so weird looking. And that could be a tree. I like the wood. I set this one aside pretty quickly because this is very breakable. And no matter how I glue it on there, I always build these things and then someone buys them and I have to ship them and it's awful. So I don't want to do this. And I haven't completely discarded this idea, but I don't know. Maybe not for this project either. Although I do have the world's largest pile of brush that I cut in the fall sitting in my backyard that needs to be bundled up. So maybe something out there will inspire me. So I'm back to this, but maybe covered with some raffia so that I build my shape and then I wrap it, or I wrap the wires first and then I build my shape. I don't know yet. It's kind of the same color as the wood, and I was thinking of something maybe darker, because I kind of want to stain the wood darker. So maybe not raffia, although this is paintable and dyeable. I once did a whole set of wigs out of this raffia that I hand dyed for the Goodman Theater, and it takes color insanely well. So then I thought, what about like brown paper wrapping around the wire before I twist it into shape? I could just use some glue and paper around my pieces and then twist them together, and that would still give the same idea that I started with, but it would be closer in color to what I'm doing and still feel sort of natural. So that's kind of where I am right now. I'm still thinking about it. I think I should probably just chop up one of these rolls of wire into 3 pieces and straighten them and twist them and see what they do. And if I like it, take it apart, wrap it with the brown paper, and then put it back together. That sounds like a long process to me, but it might be worth it. So there you go. There's my thought process on building a tree on a shrine.